Jim Brulé here with another edition of our Stories for Healing. You know, this turned into a much bigger and more wonderful project than I ever would have imagined. And one of the things about doing this project is that so many storytellers have stepped up to tell these stories of healing that I hardly get to tell at all. And that's kind of a problem because I am a storyteller and I would like to tell some stories as well. So today, you don't have a guest, you have me, and I have a short story for you. I want to remind you all that this is something we do twice a day at 2:30 in the afternoon and 8 in the evening, East Coast time. It's broadcast on Facebook Live, as you know, and it's also stored on a YouTube playlist. And that makes it possible for you to visit the show another time or pick up the ones you've missed. But the whole idea is that what we need right now in our communities, in our country, in the world, is less division and more open-heartedness. We need to learn how to speak to and with each other, how to heal each other, and before that, how to heal ourselves. And as storytellers, we know the best way to do that is with a story. So today I'm going to tell a story about, from the Jewish tradition, a story that is about Reb Nachman. Now, Reb Nachman did some amazing stories, created some fantastic stories, but this one is about him, not by him. And he was a great, great spiritual person. He was a grandson of Baal Shem Tov. And there was a story about him once that a couple had approached him. And they had approached him as many couples often do in these stories, with their inability to have children. Now, they were young, they were married only a short period of time, and it seemed to most people that they just hadn't waited long enough. But they knew something was wrong, and when they approached Reb Nachman, he knew it too. And he asked them if he might come and visit them in their home. Now, in many of these stories, there would be an imperfect mezuzah on the door that may be the cause of the problem, or something like that. This is a little different. So they said, certainly, please come out. And so, one afternoon, he headed out to their home. Now, they lived out in the woods. It's not unusual, especially poorer people didn't have the ability to have a fine house in the city. And as he made his way to their house, he noticed that it was situated in the center of a meadow, surrounded at the edge by trees that were poplars. And something about this small house in the middle of this larger meadow, surrounded by this grove of poplars, drew his attention. And as he got closer to the house, he noticed that the house itself, the wood, was poplar wood. And he had a very clear sense of what might be the problem. And so, as he entered their home, after being welcomed by them, and they sat and talked a little bit, he came straight to the point. He said, "Did you build this house?" And they said, "Oh, no, we didn't build this house. It was built some time ago. We were just able to be able to afford it." He said, "Do you know who built the house?" "Oh, yes, we do. It was, built by the person we bought it from." "And," he said, pointing to this great meadow, "do you know what used to be here?" He said, "Well, not exactly, but," he said, "I'll tell you." I will tell you. Because what used to be in this meadow were the poplar trees that were cut for your house. And these poplar trees that were cut and taken down were never replaced. This community of poplars lost a great number of its souls. They were ripped from them. And now, every night, as the sun goes down, these remaining poplars weep and wail in a voice that you can't hear, but which the angels can hear, and in particular, the angel Lila. The angel Lila, whose duty it is to come and bring the child that will be born to a woman. And their pain is so severe at their loss that she's driven away every time she tries to visit you. Well, they looked at each other and said, we're being punished for what somebody did before us? He said, the pain was there. The injury was done. It has yet to be repaired. Whether you did it or someone else, it's still there. But well, what are we to do? How can we possibly do anything? Should we just move? Reb Nachman said, well, you could, but that would leave so much pain. What you need to do is to make tshuva, to repair the breach, to reconcile the pain that was caused, even though it wasn't caused by you. Well, how can we do that? By going out and acknowledging the pain of all these poplars. And then by planting more, by renewing their community. And to do it in a way that respects them and also allows you to become part of the community. And then when you've done that, and when they recognize the good intention of your heart and the strong work of your bodies, then they will forgive you. And they will forgive the person who came before you. And you know, then I'm fairly sure that the angel Lila will come racing to bring you that child that you desperately want. And so they did. And so it was. You know, there's lots of stories about why there's pain and whose fault it is and what can be done to make up for a wrong that we've committed. But you know, we live in a world that is not just our own creation. We live in a world that's built upon the shoulders of the ancestors who came before us, and it will continue on our shoulders for those who will call us ancestors. We can't fix everything. But if we listen with an open heart, and if we put our efforts into repairing what we can repair, then surely that will make this world a better place, piece by piece. So I just want to remind you that we continue this every day, twice a day. There have been so many viewings of these videos, whether it's on Facebook Live or on YouTube. I want to encourage you all to let people know that this is going on. And if they can't make the YouTube time, that they should come and watch, can't make the Facebook time, they should come and watch the YouTube. If you're a storyteller and would like to tell, please, please drop me a line through the Transformational Storytelling Facebook page, and I'd be happy to include you. Here we are, facing times of division and pain. What should we do? We should repair it piece by piece, story by story. Thank you.